Shout out Q. Shout out Q. Shout out Q. Shout out Q.
Coach, it looked like you were moving the ball pretty well. Can you just talk about first what you saw offensively? Not all the time, but some big sparks here and there.
Yeah, I mean, most of the game I'll go back and watch the film and we'll break down and look at the stats and all that stuff. But I mean, I think we had a good day offensively. Obviously, the pick six really hurt us. We're just not it's on me. I'll take the blame for it. It's on me. We need to get a little tougher. We're not doing a very good job of bouncing back from adversity. It really snowballed last week, and then as soon as that one pick six, and we were again in that game in the first half, and then it just kind of unravels from there. I'm not sure why, but I mean, Handley's a great football team. I just talked to the players. They're going to make a good run in the playoffs. So, hats off to them. But we got to do a better job of bouncing back from adversity.
Did you talk to Owen about what happened on that final play of the first half?
Yes, we addressed multiple players on that play. So one just Owen Neal. We addressed some receivers as well.
Yeah, so just some miscommunication in general.
Yeah, some effort stuff today as well.
So in looking offensively, Owen, it looked like he had some pretty good throws to your receivers as well. Can you talk about his performance?
Yeah, well, I mean, his performance, we've never questioned his performance. We got to have a good day up front for him to be able to set back there. I mean, he can move a little bit. I mean, you can see flashes of him being – I mean, he's a big, strong kid. He's only a sophomore. I mean, he doesn't have the speed as 15 does, but he can move and he can run the ball. But when he's in the pocket and it's a clean pocket, you just saw what he can do with the ball. So, yeah, so we did much improved up front. We were worried going into this game because we haven't protected him well last week. The O-line did a very good job this week of protecting him.
What's the hardest part of defending their run? I know you talked about it a little bit earlier this week.
Yeah, I mean, 15's good. I mean, he's elusive. I mean, you look like you got him hemmed in, and he makes one little shake, and he's going. I'm kind of impressed that he's able to go ahead and start his sweep and catches the ball with the opposite hand of wherever he's going. He's athletic. He's athletic. He's good. It's gonna be tough to deal with for 3 years.
Yeah,
3 more years.
And you mentioned battling through adversity. What do you feel there was some hangover effect early in the second half? Or?
No, I mean, we just got to do a better job overall. Like, we got young kids playing. We got guys that don't know what it's like to play 4 quarters of football on both sides of the ball. We're asking a lot out of them. We're not real deep. We got a lot of kids. We're not real deep. I mean, that's why we're playing sophomores and some young juniors who haven't played a lot of football. We got banged up. Guys were on the sideline, shuffling other guys in. We were down one offensive lineman. Timber Huff, he was sick all week. He didn't practice. He wasn't here today. We had another guy making his first varsity start on the offensive line, did phenomenal. We just got to find enough kids and enough depth to compete with teams like this.
And you mentioned the youth, some of the youth. In a situation like this, although the result is not what you wanted, how did you like to see them out there? And what are your thoughts? And is that a good learning experience in your mind?
Yes, sir. It's about effort, evaluating effort. When young guys get on the field, we feel that they're talented, but they got to just do a better job of giving effort for 4 quarters.
Who was the person that made their first start on the offensive line?
Stuart Wiley. Yeah, 71, Stuart Wiley.
And for a guy like him making his first start, obviously, on the offensive line, protecting the quarterback, do you think he did pretty well?
I mean, we'll have to go back and watch film, but I thought overall our entire offensive line did a good job today in pass pro and run.
Gavin Williams joining me. A huge victory for the Handley Judges over the James Wood Colonels in one of the oldest rivalries. Defensively, pretty good game for the Handley Judges on the defensive side of the football. What were you seeing in your mind and just collectively that power through holding James Wood to 16 points?
It was really us. After my pick six, is really what gave us the momentum to just to put us up even more. It just put us up even more. It's like give us the momentum to score over and over again. And everybody was just hype after it.
And I know it was pretty close in the first half. What was sort of like the message halftime going into the second half and getting off to a strong second half start?
It was really, our coach says, as he likes to say, make them tap.
Absolutely. And just a win like this against a crosstown rival, what does this do for confidence moving forward? I know a tough loss 2 weeks ago against Kettle Run, but a shutout against Brentsville and a big game against James Wood. It must be riding the high there. Am I right?
Yes, sir. I really feel like we won't be able to be stopped for the rest of the season. We have a chance to win out for the rest of the year. Now we just got to get ready for this bye week and then fall here.
So going into the bye week at a perfect time, it must feel nice riding that high, getting an extra week of rest before you go into your next matchup. Just take me through what you like to do on the bye week that sort of helps.
Really, we have to lock in on practice and keep doing what we've been doing during game week. We can't just stop it. We can't just stop going, and we have to keep pushing like we've been doing.
Gavin Williams, congratulations on the win. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Triston Darling with me, the freshman starting quarterback for the Handley Judges after an explosive win over the James Wood Colonels. One interception and a fumble. I know some stuff you'd like to clean up, but that adversity, having that in scoring a couple touchdowns, that long touchdown like you had before, just how do you put that behind you and sort of compartmentalize that to keep on doing what you do best and not look back at those mistakes?
Football is a long game. It's 4 quarters of 12 minutes. You just got to have that next play mindset and keep going, or you're never going to succeed.
So what did you see out there yourself? I know a lot of great rollout runs leading to long gains and a couple touchdowns. What did you see in your mind on the field?
Our line, they did a good job blocking their assignments and doing what they're supposed to do. And then when they do that, it's just easy for me. It's really them.
In the offensive line, obviously, it looks like they are improving week in and week out. How big is that to have an offensive line that you can count on in a big way to create those gaps, just not for you, but other offensive playmakers?
It's good knowing that I can put my trust in them with anything on the pass pro, like watching my backside and all of that and having time that I have.
So looking at a game like this, going into the bye week, a big win against crosstown rival James Wood, then you have Fauquier after the bye week. How do you maximize your time getting the amount of rest you need, plus getting some good work in on the bye week until your next matchup?
Just a lot of physical therapy. We're going to have some rest days. We're just going to keep going at it with this bye week.
Triston Darling, appreciate your time, sir. Congratulations. And it looks like you have a friend right there. Go celebrate with your team. Thank you for your time.
Sure.
Coach Jake Smith of the Handley Judges joining me after an explosive victory over James Wood, a crosstown rival, one of the oldest in the area. Coach, sort of a slow start, not that long, but looking good. Second half sort of breaking out, exploding. Overall, what do you like?
First and foremost, we have a rivalry game on our hands. It's been played for a long time. And so to start the game, there was a lot of emotion on both sides. And so I was glad to see us settle down and kind of settle into the game as it moved along. We were able to start playing a little bit more disciplined football than what we did at the start. I thought we played physical. I thought we executed at a high level. And most importantly, I thought our kids played hard for the entire game.
So looking freshman quarterback Triston Darling handling some adversity. He had an interception and that fumble, but looking at what he did, how do you think he handled that adversity personally in your mind?
I think he handled it really well. I mean, he hasn't turned the ball over at all this year, coming into today's game. And so, he throws an interception, which is going to happen at the quarterback position at some point in time. I thought he responded well and came back from that with confidence high. The strip sack fumble came from Blindside, so he didn't really see any of that coming. So I really want to put that one on him. But as far as handling that stuff, I thought he did a great job with it and responded in a positive manner.
And what did you sort of see out of that fumble? I really had a bad angle on it, but that James Wood ended up getting. What did you see in your mind?
We just messed up the pass pro and left the guy unblocked, and so he came off the edge and was clean. Missed a call up front. Other than that, we make the right call. We have enough guys to get that protected.
So looking all offensive line-wise, still pretty good. Second half, Triston getting some good runs. Hassan with another breakout run as well. Just looking at your offensive line and your skill guys, their performance would please you most.
Yeah, I think our offensive line and tight ends did a great job blocking, but more importantly, I think our receivers did a great job of blocking downfield and continuing to spring those runs from 5, 10, 8-yard gains and into bigger gains and touchdowns. But those guys up front are going to continue to work and move people up front, and we're relying on them, and they understand and know that, and they embrace it.
So James Wood obviously having some success moving the football. What did you see out of their offense, and how do you think your defense adjusted to some of what they were doing to hold them to a limited amount of points?
They kind of work in like an air raid system offensively. They 5 wide a lot, try and throw the ball around all over the place. So we just have to tackle the receivers in front of us if they make a short catch and not give up an explosive play. And I thought for the most part we did a good job of that. And force them to snap the ball another time. Most high school teams aren't going to be able to go 12, 13, 14 play drives without having an error on their side.
So looking towards the second quarter into halftime, that pick 6, what do you see on that play from the interception return for a touchdown?
Yeah, Gavin's a very instinctive and smart player. He always is around the football. He has a good nose for it. And so, he did a great job of reading the route. He undercut it and, made a great play on the interception. But more importantly, we did a great job of getting down the field and getting guys blocked so he could take it, from one end zone to the other. And it was a huge momentum swing as time expired, right before half.
So looking at a game like this, Coach, you beat James Wood by a pretty high margin, a pretty explosive game. Riding sort of that perfect high going into the bye, if you will. How do you maximize what you do on your bye week in order to get the most amount of preparation, rest, and getting ready in 2 weeks for fall here?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is you just have to get better, right? In some way, shape, or form. That's something we talk about every week is, having a better performance than your last performance. And so even though we don't have a game, it doesn't mean that we don't have an opportunity to get better. So we'll give them a day off or two and get some guys rested up and feeling good. But when we're out there, we need to work. When we're working, we need to make sure that we're getting better. And so there's the areas in which we need to improve. There's areas that we can get better at. And so that'll be our emphasis and focus during that bye week.
Once again, the Handley Judges with a big win over the James Wood Colonels here at the Handley Bowl. Always gracious first time. The head coach of the Judges, Jake Smith. Coach, congratulations on the win. Thank you for your time.
Yep, thanks for having me.